He hasn't really changed so much as he is just becoming more of what he already was. He was already a great chef, but and he already knew that he was, even though of how much he knew, he still wasn't the best, but he was always striving to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the series, up even up to this point, he's still doing that.
The next show we're going to be talking about is Shokugeki no Soma, or Food Wars, the third plate, Tootsuki training
Yes.
arc.
This is the second core for the third season,
Yep.
which I was kind of disappointed the fact that they ended it like that.
Yeah.
I understand why studios do,
Yeah.
but at the same time, this is not a low profile anime by any stretch of the means.
Hmm.
This has its own following. So I kind of got disappointed by the fact that they did that.
I actually kind of like how they're like taking up, like, it would be like every other season or every few seasons they'll come out with another one. It keeps the animation quality up and everything.
Well, anyways, so not a whole lot much to say about this. There was a lot that happened in the first core for the third season. Things drastically changed. The superintendent, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the main guy in charge of the whole school got replaced
Okay.
abruptly by somebody who most people there don't like at all.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, our main protagonist here, Sora, Soma. Basically he's trying to work his way up the ranks of the elite. So he had a bout with the top tier,
Mm-hmm.
and he realized quite suddenly why he's the top tier and why that was a mistake to accept a challenge from him. So it's interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and it definitely want to see how things are going to pan out. Characters are changing in their own way, and they're evolving and learning. Megumi is now not nearly as... I mean, she's still skittish in a way, but she's not nearly as much as she was. She actually is starting to grow up and become her own self,
Mm-hmm.
and trust herself a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Erina is now becoming not nearly as uptight and snobbish, but we're beginning to realize where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And Soma's he's learning. He hasn't really changed so much as he is just becoming more of what he already was. He was already a great chef, but he already knew that he was, even though of how much he knew, he still wasn't the best, but he was always striving to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the series, even up to this point, he's still doing that. He's still becoming better than he was. He's still learning, and he's taking even the slightest hints that he gets from anyone and evolving it to suit his needs.
Mm-hmm.
So, all in all, honestly, great series. I know this is not one you'll ever get into, but at the same time, it's definitely it holds a definite part in my mind, and even I think when it will eventually end, I don't think I'll ever be able to. It's definitely one I'm going to always remember. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I like how they're pacing out the cores, because I feel like doing that, the show will last a lot longer. And like, one, because I think this is based on a manga, so one, the manga has enough time to just keep going at its regular pace, and then the show will they'll come back whenever there's more content to animate, and you won't end up having a series that's anime only. And then later on, they were like, okay, well, now we're going to do it for real. Well, now we're going to brotherhood it and do it the way that the manga story actually is supposed to go.
Brotherhooded or Helsing Ultimate.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know a lot of people like this show, and I'm glad that it's kind of pacing itself out so to go for the long run. As far as the Spider Girl, you normally see, like, they're built like a centaur, where it's like human upper body, and then the bottom is just like a spider. So this is okay. Yeah, this looks very interesting. It's kind of like a side story / revisiting / new story.